Well, hello and welcome to Five Man Shuffle, a Dota 2 Rumours podcast. In this super quick, I think possibly last episode, as the shuffle seems to be coming to an end, we're going to be talking about all of the last rumours that are happening, any confirmed teams that have not yet been announced. But pretty much everything today has been announced, hasn't it, Nomad 1 and 2? Talk to me through what's not been announced and what you think is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just started with a trickle, now we're in a flow right now as everyone's kind of getting those rosters off their chests. I believe there's still a few to go. Alliance, OG, and EG still haven't really leaked anything, haven't really let anything out. Some crazy announcements coming out today though, but yeah, I don't know. What else is there to come? Not much. We're reaching the end of this long, arduous journey.
I think by the time this is released, at the time of recording, Alliance haven't yet announced, but they should have announced by the time this is released. We've spoken about their roster previously and what we expect it to be, and we don't know the mid laner yet. I want to talk a little bit about that it possibly was going to be Weehaw in that lane, which we've spoken about a lot, but I think that fell through for whatever reason. If it's now been announced as Weehaw, I'm going to look stupid, but that's why that didn't end up happening. Neff, any thoughts about you and the what's to come?
For which region?
Any region.
So a big thing happened. 3 players in North America got unbanned recently. The first people who have ever gotten lifetime bans removed from Valve. Steel Borco, Sabo, and P1 from Wind and Rain and Picado Squad Gaming. P1 and Steel Borco are both being put onto teams inside the DPC now.
Okay.
I'm not sure I should talk about that one because it's kind of like I'm not sure I should say which team because they've been getting a lot of flack for a little while now because everyone thought that they were participating in the match fixing when they were innocent. So they may not be happy, or people may not be happy if they're participating on the teams for a little bit. But I'm just going to say that these players, they weren't participating in the match fixing, and I'm thankful they got the opportunity to play again, and they will be in this DBC season. Some of these other teams, the Cut made an announcement with everybody they were playing with recently. I'm not sure how much you guys care about the Cut.
Care a little bit about the Cut?
So much. So love the Cut. Big Cut fan. Please, what did they share?
That roster was completed with what? It was Pingu, Red 2. Hold on. I could probably just pull that one up. The majority of these rosters are actually just on the DBC registration website now. Because like you said earlier, a lot of them had just come up. So that one is DNM, who was formerly on Sad Boys.
Yeah.
Giant, who stood in a couple of times for Simply 2 base. Kits, Pingu, and Scourge McDuck. That one is bound to be a fairly solid team. They've got a bunch of really good players who've been practicing a lot. They've been scrimming a ton recently. And then there's D2 Hustler was the other big one. And I believe that one is going to have Monster, Yuma. God. No, Yuma's moving to a South American team.
Oh, wow. What team?
Isn't he a German, Yuma?
Yeah. Or no, he's not German.
Around the world
he's,
at 80 teams. Go, Yuma, go.
Let me pull that one up.
He was playing in a UK Dota stack for a little while.
Yuma?
Yes. Oh, he took part in the... I don't know if he's played in any of the official UK Dota stacks, like ITB or anything. Was he in ITB? I can't remember, but he's definitely played in a ton of UK events.
Oh, didn't ITB get a DPC slot?
ITB did. They swapped their slot with Smashers for free. Smashers have broken up, moved into various teams. Gilga's moved into Hellraisers. Creepwave picked up a number of Smashers players, Toby and Stormer. And then the new Viking roster picked up Ace and Tofu. Obviously, that leaves out Misery, who I don't know where he's ending up. I've heard no news of Misery. I would probably expect him to be retiring unless you guys have heard anything different.
I've heard news of Misery.
Sorry?
This podcast is ending. That's Misery news to me.
There we go. Any other? I've got a couple of little morsels from... Try and go ahead.
Yuma is going to be on Hikori.
Ah, that's interesting.
Okay.
Big news for the Yuma fans out there. humor you might be. Moving on to China briefly, I have a brief snippet of China information while you recover from whatever that pun was. I know what's happening with IG's 4 position. There's been a lot of chat about what could happen if IG as one of the most long-standing Chinese rosters. I know that they're getting rid of Kaka and going to be bringing in Fade, which is an interesting one. I really like Fade. I think he's a good player.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That was leaked on the Chalice stream, right? And then everyone was like, is it? Wasn't it? And now it's confirmed. So cool. I'm down. I mean, Fade is an incredible player, but so is Kaka. It's hard to replace Kaka with anything which is going to make me go, ooh, what an improvement? Because I think Kaka is just so good.
Just to clarify, it's not 100% confirmed. That's just something that I've heard now from 3 or 4 sources. So it's
okay.
It's enough.
Confirmed rumor.
Chalice one, and then someone else has told me and all this stuff. So that'd be a good one. In terms of any other Southeast Asia or China news from you, Neff?
It's confidential.
Well,
I could let out one small piece of information. It's possible that the Chinese DPC will be delayed slightly due to the players just coming back from Romania, because China is very strict with people who are allowed to re-enter after getting COVID. So that one, the rosters might lock slightly later for that region, and not only that, but the DPC might start later than every other region. But rest of that information is still up in the air.
Okay, I think that's close to all we've got then to share. It's a very, very short episode, this, but pretty much everything is now confirmed, which is so we can finally be released from our prisons where we've been forced to share Dota rumors.
Oh, there's another roster that came out recently. Murdoch, Thana, I Annihilate, The Warden, and who's MMR Tourist?
Some sort of Dota player, I should imagine.
That's a brave assumption, Dan.
You'd hope. You certainly hope so.
I don't know who this last player is, but that's going to be I Annihilate's team.
And I think that's possibly all that we've got, unless there's any last-minute thoughts from your review.
There's one more. There is one more thing. We know that Ice is no longer with Evil Geniuses now because he's with Secret. That means we know that he's gone. We know that Fly is gone, and EG is still getting 2 more people.
Yeah.
Does that mean that the Nightfall theory is going to be correct?
We spoke a bit about the Nightfall theory on the last
that.
episode. I'm pretty certain it will be Nightfall and obviously Jarex.
I don't know. It almost feels like a false flag at this point, where they're just telling loads of people to leak that, because it feels like way too many people have slipped up on that now. Like, come on.
Yeah, even Mason slipped up on it today. So I think it is a lot. I didn't even know he could speak English, Nightfall, so that's an interesting one to me, but we'll see.
Oh, you're saying Mason, and I was about to say, yeah, no, he can't.
I didn't know he could speak English. It was weird he managed to.
There's a couple more points that I got just before the podcast started that I could drop for lower division NA teams. Double A stepped down from Electronic Boys because he thinks that he's too bad at Dota. Black and Yellow team is completed except for 1 player. Most of the Division 2 teams are final. D2 Hustlers is final right now, but yeah, Yuma's off of that roster, and he's going to be playing with Hikori this season.
Fair enough.
And the cut was supposed to do...
On that note, I think we're good to close. Thanks, guys, for joining me throughout this tumultuous roster season. Thanks to Neff, thanks to both the Nomads on this podcast. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate all the listeners, everyone who's written in. And right, nice thing about this podcast, we wanted to do a last final one, even if there's basically nothing to share, just because people have asked for it. I hope in the 2 hours it will take, the couple of hours it will take me to upload this after recording it, everything hasn't changed, but there we go. So thanks so much for listening, and thanks for being you.